Hello and welcome to day 56 on the Pacific Crest Trail. I know I said yesterday was a pretty chill start to the day, but actually it turns out today was because we woke up frozen. Everyone loves a dad joke. So we woke up covered in frost basically, and had a lovely time starting off just wiping everything clean, trying to get as much off before the sun came out so it could get nice and dry without making everything damp. It wasn't too bad. We warmed up quite quickly and everything pretty much got dry, so not too bad. And quite entertaining to be cowboying and nice and toasty warm in our quilts and everything, but under a layer of frost. I realised as well I didn't really explain the purpose of bear canisters yesterday. So basically they're big plastic jars that you use to protect your food from bears, and we are currently in bear country. So in the Sierras you have to keep your food in a bear can, just to stop bears getting in your food. And there's a bit of faff, like you have to put everything in there that like is scented, so it includes food, soaps, toothpaste, hand sanitizer, lots of things. So it's going to be a struggle when we have like 5-day food carries. Stoves as well, so like the pots that we use to cook everything. So at the moment I've got 3 days worth of food, or I did yesterday, 2 days today, and everything fits okay. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting time with 5 days, but we'll make it work. And you also need to put it, I think it's like 70 feet away from where you're staying. So yeah, it's a bit of faff, especially putting it in the bag, but better to have the food safe than me being eaten by a bear, I guess. Just to talk a bit about today. First of all, water is wonderful. So there's water pretty much like once every mile or something. It's great. Like there are no long water carries at the moment, so we've been very much enjoying just carrying like 1 litre at a time, so our bags are fairly light. My new water system is working well. I'm very much enjoying the little bottle instead of the bladder nozzle thing. I think it's keeping me more hydrated, if anything. So before I would only take little sips, but now I'm taking bigger sips. So I think, especially with the more water, I'm actually staying more hydrated. So go me. On an un-go me note, I did actually get quite sunburnt from our trip to the river the other day. Turns out I'm not very good at sun creaming my own back, so I've got what looks kind of like a set of wings, which is quite fun, where my hands didn't reach, but it's fine. It hasn't been too painful. We'll just see how it goes when the skin starts peeling. In other news, I also lost my spoon again. I don't know how. I had it last night. I was eating dinner, and there were mice apparently scurrying around our stuff, so my deduction and excuse is that the mice ran away with my spoon, but I really don't know, so I need to find myself another spoon again. Maybe I just shouldn't use spoons. Today I used my toothpaste bottle as a spoon, so maybe I'll keep that up. It doesn't really work getting to the bottom of tall things though, so we'll see. Another slight issue with all the new sources of water is that there are mosquitoes everywhere. They haven't been too bad, like when you're walking it's fine, but if you stand still around a water source for too long they do kind of start to swarm. So I've got a few bites, mainly on like my hands and my shoulders, so it's not too bad, but I have been a bit of a wuss about it, and I'm very much looking forward to getting some kind of bug net stuff, especially for Oregon, where apparently the mosquitoes are way worse. But we'll get to that. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Today's been pretty cool from a hiking perspective. It was fairly chill in terms of the gradient. We did end up basically as high as when we summited San Jacinto, so it's about like 10,500 feet up, which is pretty wild really. Like I think we're pretty much fine with the elevation at the moment. Didn't have any massive issues. I think I got a tiny bit of a headache, but it wasn't anything big, so that's kind of reassuring for summiting Whitney, which is about 4,000 feet and is only about 2 days away or 3 days away in terms of actual hiking. That's like 30 miles from where we are now, which is wild. So we got up to the halfway mark, stopped there for lunch, which had amazing views. That's the thing that I'm really enjoying about the Sierras, is wherever you look, wherever you are, there's amazing views. You're either in like a beautiful forest or you're going up and there's just like mountainscapes all around you. We think we saw Whitney, but none of us really know what Whitney looks like, and we don't have any signal here, so we were kind of guessing that the really sharp, jagged, spiky one looks like the most scary kind of mountain and seems like it's about 30-40 miles away. So we went with that one. But yeah, that was quite fun. But yeah, stunning views all day long. It was lovely. And so we're camping at about 9,000 feet up, so still pretty high up. Again, fine with the elevation. It's good to get used to it. So it's not too bad. We are in our tents tonight, so hopefully a bit less condensation. And I would much rather deal with a wet tent than a wet quilt, so hopefully that will be fine in the morning. We are staying in a place called Death Canyon. Everything seems pretty alive. I haven't died yet. None of us have. So hopefully that stays up. I'm not sure why it's got the name. Maybe I'll look it up later. Yeah, so staying here. We did have a bit of a slightly uncomfortable planning chat today because the original plan was to take 4 days off in Lone Pine for Birdsong to see her partner. But the majority of people aren't really keen to have 4 days off, especially since we just had like a double 000 in Kennedy Meadows. So we had a bit of a chat. We've got a vague plan, but I think some people are doing different things, so we'll see exactly what works out. I'll keep you updated with what I end up doing. But yeah, it was good to chat about it as a whole kind of team. So this was me, Jump Scare, Scales, Birdsong, Carmen, San Diego, and Cannonball, just figuring out what we're doing, because we were going to meet up with another group. There's another group that's gone in front of us, so it's a lot to work out, but we'll get through it. And yeah, so finally, it's probably it's about 10 to 9 at the moment. I've just finished some yoga. Cannonball has this like 30-minute routine thing, which is great. So yeah, I realise I've rambled on a fair bit today, so apologies for that, but a lot's happened, and looking forward to tomorrow where we go into Lone Pine and we'll figure out what happens after that. But very excited for Whitney. Mountains are cool. I'm having a great time, and I will see you tomorrow.